What's up, everybody? I'm Jonathan Sewell with the Zoom podcast, and I'm excited to bring you this episode of the February 2024 sales results, and it's continuing to grow. Mazda's going to have a best ever year here in America, and excited to go over these numbers with you. So February totaled in the U.S. 32,705 units. That brings the year-to-date to 62,984. Certified pre-owned sales in America were 5,640, which was a great total. And that 32,705, just like we expected, is the best ever February for the U.S. So we're continuing to set records, continuing to see growth, and that's exciting. Also to mention a couple of big months for CX-50 and CX-30, and we'll cover those as we break down the individual vehicle lines. And we'll also, at the end, cover the current incentives for March. So if you're looking for a new Mazda, check out these incentives, and we'll go over that here at the end. Mazda Canada, 4,075 sales. That's a 50% increase year over year. So great job to my neighbors to the north. And my neighbors to the south, Mazda Motor de Mexico, with 6,625 deliveries. That's a 19% increase. So again, they're getting more production, an increase as well. Mazda crossovers are becoming more popular than ever, which is fantastic. And we just saw some updated safety ratings, which is going to be even better for the brand. And we'll cover that in a later episode here. Breaking down these individual vehicle lines, the Mazda 3 in February had 3,063 units. That's 1,751 for sedan and 1,312 for hatchback. The MX-5 Miata with 436 sales. We're still in that transition of model year. You know, the updates on the 24, but the 23 had some good specials on it. But still, overall inventory is pretty thin. The soft top at 135, the RF at 301 in February. As you see, that was a decrease year over year. CX-30 with its best ever 5-digit club, baby, 10,026 units. The best ever for CX-30. The best ever month ever. And CX-5, just a little bit better, 10,362. So those two units did quite a lot of Mazdas, and those are two of the most popular, of course, and the most exciting as far as in those segments. So excited that they're getting their just due. CX-9 still had one sale for CX-9 in February. CX-50 with its best February at 5,480, a fantastic month, their best February. So looking for more growth out of the CX-50, and really towards the end of the year, we're going to see increased production. CX-70 with, that's right, CX-70 delivered 12, and the plug-in with 4 for 16. So these are not retail purchases. We won't see the CX-70 until probably May, with allocations in April. So these are probably used for some ads and some training possibly, or being on location to display these cars. You see all the influencers videos. These are those cars that were probably fleet purchases. CX-90, 3,321. So continuing to see impressive numbers there, and really curious when you put the twins against each other, the CX-90 and CX-70, how those sales are going to compare. I had a customer in the showroom today that doesn't want a third row, waiting for a CX-70, and that's what these cars are going to be for. The total in cars, 3,499. Total in trucks, 29,206, for a grand total of 32,705 in February. Congratulations to all you new Mazda owners. Thank you for your business. Now let's look at the incentives, the special APR or subventions available for March 2024. So starting with the 2023 Mazda Miata, which I think I left off last month, it starts at 0.9% for 24 months and 36 months, and then goes to 4.9 for 48 and 60, and then 6.9 for 72. So pretty low rates if you're looking at the shorter term, and pretty exciting for the remaining 23 Miatas. 2024 model Mazda 3, starting at 3.9 for 24, 3.9 for 36, 4.9 for 48 and 60, and 5.9 for 72. The hatchback at 2.9 for 24 and 36, 3.49 for 48 and 60, and 4.49 for 72. So those are pretty competitive rates for those new Mazda 3s. And that could also be why they increased in February as well. CX-30, big shoes to fill following that 5-digit month. They had some 0% for 60 months last month. That's changed a little bit. So the 2.5S all the way through the premium now have 1.9 for 24 and 36, 3.9, 48 and 60, and 4.9 for 72. The turbo models have 0% for 24 and 36, 1.9 for 4 and 5 years, and 2.9 for 72. So still some pretty low rates, and depending on which trim, but still impressive based on standard rates now. The CX-5, they've changed it up a little bit, so every CX-5, thankfully, every CX-5 has 2.9 for 24 and 36, 3.9 for 48 and 60, and 4.9 for 72. So I like that, not having to worry about what trim you're on. Everything has those same rates. The CX-50, they're broken up still, but still have some 0% on short terms. The Select through the Premium Plus, so the non-turbos, are 1.9 for 24 and 36, 2.9 for 48 and 60, and 3.9 for 72. The turbo models, however, are 0% for 2 and 3 years, 2.9 for 48 and 60, the same, and 3.9 for 72. So the only difference is the short term on those trim differences. CX-90 still have a difference between the standard turbo and the Turbo S. The standard turbo, which is Select, Preferred, Preferred Plus, Premium, and Premium Plus, start at 2.9 for 24 and 36, 3.9 for 48 and 60, and 4.9 for 72. That is an increase since they came out. So that's the first time they've changed those since they came out. The Turbo S is 3.9 for 24 and 36, 4.9 for 48 and 60, and 5.9 for 72. So still competitive rates, but they are a little bit higher. And that's the total breakdown. Do have the leases here, but I don't have the payments broken down. But just looking at the different residuals, it looks like we have seen some money factors come down. And I believe the CX-50 may have a better lease than the CX-5. So if you're thinking about leasing, you may want to check out some comparative CX-50 if you're interested in that vehicle compared to the CX-5, because even if the CX-50 is a little bit higher, it may be a little bit lower lease payment. So something you definitely need to check out. If you have any questions on any of these, of course, these are zip code related, region based. So make sure and check out with your local dealer and region for the correct and applicable interest rates or APRs that are available. If you have any other questions that I can assist you with, you can comment down below this video, or if you're listening to the audio only, you can send me an email. The email is listed in the description, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have on the sales results or the incentives or anything Mazda. Thank you for joining me for this episode of the Zoom Zoom podcast. I'll continue to be here on the Boulevard and provide you all the latest updates, opinions, and information that makes us all want to zoom zoom and have more joy. And I'll see you on the next one.